Hey everybody, hey everybody, John the Other here, obviously. And I have been watching Roosh videos. And of course, Roosh right now is in either Toronto or Montreal, I can't remember. And he's having a hell of a time. I mean, he's having some success, but he's also, you know, being publicly vilified and excoriated. And there's a huge amount of media paying attention to this guy. He's the very bad man. He's a... And of course, what they're saying is that he spreads hate and violence and, I don't know, rape apologetics, and he irons kittens and he eats babies and he's bringing about the apocalypse or something like that, right? all that for a guy who is basically putting on dating seminars. He's a dating coach. I mean, I know they say pickup artist, PUA. Oh, PUA, bad. A dating coach, good, right? I mean, what's the difference? He's a dating coach. And of course, the entire city that he's in is all freaking out and up in arms. And of course, Roosh is taking an interesting approach to this. He's taking a religious angle, because his dating advice, pickup artist advice, it's dating advice, is based on the family values of his own family, which is a Muslim family. The traditional values that he grew up with. And he's admitted that it's a dialed down, softened version for, you know, the Western, you know, the Canadian market, and wherever he goes, he probably tailors it a little bit. But what he's doing is dating advice based on his own family's traditional values. Fine, no big deal, right? He's a dating coach. It doesn't sound very sinister if you just say he's a dating coach. So we say he's an evil PUA, spreading hate and orgasms. Now, his approach, that the persecution against him, which is real, fucking really real, that it is based in racism and Islamophobia, is an interesting political approach, and I'm very interested to see how that works out. I don't know how accurate it is. It might be very accurate, it might not be. I have my own view of what's actually happening and the motivation behind it, which runs a little contrary to what Roosh is saying, and I know that I have a small enough channel that this isn't going to significantly disrupt his narrative. So I don't want to do that. I'm not a fan of the PUA stuff or the dating advice, because dating is just not very interesting to me. But I think the reason Roosh is being persecuted and hunted, and, you know, this ridiculous witch hunt that seems to be going on, they're scouring the city. There's a little bit of hyperbole in there, hunting him like a dog, is that regardless of whether what he's doing is evil kitten ironing, baby eating PUA, or whether it's just fairly benevolent dating advice based in family values of his Muslim family, that this is a man and other men organizing for the benefit of men. This is just men socially organizing for their own reasons. In this case, it's a dating seminar. But whatever the actual motive, you could have a men's political organization, men forming a voting bloc. You could have men forming a male-focused business networking thing to, you know, so that they get each other jobs and clients in their various respective fields. This is, I think, why there is this incredible furor and uproar and controversy that this must be stopped because it's the ultimate of all evils. It is men organizing together for their own benefit and not for the benefit of women. That is what is the big, huge hoopla, right? Now, I know that's not Roosh's narrative. For him, it's that it's religious persecution, and I'm sure there's an element of that. But having said that, I think it's a more complete understanding to see that what is actually being opposed, never mind all the narrative about he promotes violence and all that, that's all bullshit. That's all just excuses to silence him and, you know, drive him out of the country or whatever, deny him a venue. It's that men are organizing together for their own benefit. That's the big evil. It must be stopped. Oh no, they're going to iron little kittens. Meow, meow, squish. Right? So having said that, there's obviously going to be people who point to this video here and then a recent video of mine where I said Roosh was an a-hole and say, well, John, you're inconsistent, or you're, hypocrisy. Well, I still kind of think he's a bit of an a-hole, because part of his marketing, and marketing his PUA stuff, his come to his seminar, buy his books or whatever, is an attack on MGTOW. He excoriates and, belittles men who are following a MGTOW path, because although that is also men organizing for their own benefit, or at least doing their own thing, to benefit themselves, that isn't his customers. Like, those are not potential people going and paying him to go hear a seminar. And so he has said stuff that's like kind of puerile and negative and belittling of guys who have already drawn their ground and for themselves, but which doesn't include being potential clients of his to go to one of his seminars and learn how to pick up chicks, assuming you need to know how to do that. So, yeah, at a personal level, I think he's a bit of a dick, right? But I still think that he needs to be allowed to speak, and what he's doing is actually important, despite being a dick. Huh, fuck, people call me an asshole all the time. I'm happy to hear it. So, that's the discontinuity. That's the difference of opinion. Anyway, that's all I really want to say for now. Thanks very much for watching, and of course, have a lovely day, especially if you're Roosh. Alright, just a reminder, on August 24th at 7 p.m., there's going to be a MGTOW, or I guess a men's issues meetup at Mahoney's Pub at the UBC campus. It's not going to be purely MGTOW, because obviously Diana Davison is going to be there, as will also be there a guy from Cafe. So that's August 24th, Mahoney's Pub, UBC campus. I hope you can be there. If you can't, or if you want to be, you can send me an email. My address is in the low bar. And of course, thanks for watching, and have a lovely